What is good, my D Sans Gang 1992, and today I am back with another video. And first, I just want to say to you guys, I hope that you guys are having a wonderful week. You know, I know it's only Tuesday, but next minute, you know, the weekend will be here. So I hope that you guys are keeping your heads up, but also keeping the positivity within that, because keeping your head up is one thing, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're feeling positive. Just understand that we have way more to be grateful for than we may even think. And no, we're not perfect, and we're not going to sit here and be able to count on our fingers every single thing, or count off the top of our head every single thing that has happened that we were grateful for in our life. But as long as you use gratitude in your everyday practice, that is what matters. But yes, now let me get to the video. So I basically wanted to come on here to speak to you guys about something that I heard someone say today. It was through a video, and they said, oh, you must be feeling like your time was wasted. And out of nowhere, something popped into my mind, and I actually said it out loud, and I said, no time is ever wasted. So I wanted to come on here and tell you guys why I feel like no time is wasted based on my personal experiences. I'm not going to get into details about my personal experiences, but I am going to, you know, probably use that in this video so that way you guys can get the gist of what I'm talking about. But anyways, why I feel like no time is wasted is because everything happens for a reason. Every single thing in our life happens for a reason. And I made a video similar to what I just said back in the winter time. And I remember saying that, and I remember actually meaning it and feeling it at the same time that I was recording this video. And it was, well, not this video, but that video. And we have to start to look at life without emotions involved. And I'm not saying that completely turn off your emotions, but do not allow your emotions to judge how you feel. Because a lot of the times what we feel is based off of trauma. You know, and like I have said to you guys, I've been doing this work for years. Like, whether I was on or off, but I've been on this spiritual journey. I've been on this for so long. And again, no one is different. No one is better from anyone. It's just that I entered this journey without even realizing that I already entered it. You know, I've always suspected certain things about me that was like, okay, you know, what is this? You know, and I'm not going to get into details about that. The day that I am ready to share with you guys certain things about me when it comes to spirituality, I will. But as of right now, like, I'm not ready for that, you know. And I just wanted to let you guys know that, because like I said, I don't like to keep anything from you guys. But when I'm not actually ready to share something, I know it's for a reason. I know that there's probably other parts in me spiritually that has to grow before I could even start to make that type of content, you know. But back to what I was saying about no time being wasted. I know that a lot of people, we all are one, like I said, so we all like to get into these moods. And a lot of the times people like to call it depression. It's not depression, it's a mood. It's certain moods. Because depression is something that I'm not gonna get into that. But anyways, I'm sorry about that, guys. But as far as our moods that we can get into, those moods stem from our energy just being off. You know, and what I mean by that is some days, you know, even me, I wake up and I'm like, yo, I don't know what's the whole point. Or I'll start to look at things in my life that I may not be proud of. And there is one main thing about my life that I am not proud of. And I'm going to share this with you guys, and I didn't even think I was. But the fact that I never bothered to save money. Ever. And I have had jobs for years. I have had a position at one point that was paying me salary, and I didn't save a dime from it. And then I started to move up even more with money, and I didn't save anything. And now reality has hit me. And my mindset completely changed. I'm not there yet, but I'm going to be. And when I'm there, I'm going to tell you guys, listen, this is where I'm at with this. Right now, I am in the process of fixing that. So I'm not going to speak on it any further until that is actually fixed, because this money issue has been a problem of mine for years. And if you know me personally, you know that I had a lot of times when I was like, oh, I'm going to start saving money and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I've never done any of that. That was just talk. So if I tell you guys, it's not that I don't trust myself completely with it, but I just don't want to speak too soon on it. And that's where I'm going to leave it at. But even though for all of these years I did not save money, I would never call that a waste of time. Because that was a part of my life that needed to happen. That was a part, whatever it is, whatever it was, it needed to happen. Because there's going to be something in me. I don't care what dark moments I had, what things I've done, or just things that I'm not proud of. I know within me, I have the courage to change. I do. And I will. Because one thing about me is that whenever I put my mind to something, whenever I set my heart, F the mind, because I'm not a logical person. I would never say that I am. I'm more of a heart person. I put feelings into a lot of things, which I'm working on too. We're not going to get into that topic. But as far as putting my heart into things, once I do that, it is no stopping me. It is no stopping me. I have upgraded financially wise within the span of months. I'm now working 2 jobs and now about to get out of one to hop into another one that's going to pay me more, to hop into another one that's going to upgrade me. I'm really chasing the bag right now. If that's, you know, people use that term, I'm actually living that right now. I'm actually chasing the bag. I've actually upgraded. This was intentions that I set out a while back. This was things that I thought about. This was things that if you guys believe in the law of attraction, then you guys are going to know what I'm saying. I've journaled it many times. I've journaled upgrades as far as it comes to job wise. I've journaled better job environments. Like I've manifested. Basically, that's manifestation. Journaling is one of the forms of manifestation. I might touch on a video on that. I'm just kind of practicing it now. So once my manifestations comes through, then I will feel comfortable enough to put a video out there. But back to what I was talking about. So as far as that goes, it's like I realized, like, nah, I could never look back at my life ever again where I'm at spiritually. It's like you're not supposed to regret anything that you've ever gone through. Just like you're not supposed to regret the relationships that you've been in that did not work out. That is truly showing gratitude. That is truly growing. That's you growing on a whole different other level, because now you're looking at your life, and instead of you putting this self-pity, like me, one of my main things was about school. Like I used to sit, and I remember me and my best friend, we have had this conversation before, because we both done it where we just like regretted like not graduating high school. And then one day we just sat down and we had a whole conversation, and I will never forget. But the moral of that conversation was, we both came to the conclusion that we were not meant to graduate high school because we just wasn't ready. For some reason, we just wasn't ready. We both felt as if we was not taking education seriously at that time. And we wasn't. I was too busy interested in girls and having friends that's not even gonna last past a year. Just being caught up in a lot of stuff. And I'm going to give myself some leeway. I've been through a lot of circumstances within my time periods of going to school. Like, my biological mother had passed away before I even graduated 8th grade. So you see, I also analyze and look at that. But you see, that helps. That helps us not look back and say, I wasted my time. And what mind frame do you think you wasted your time? And people do this a lot with relationships. They'd be like, oh, you know, because I wasted my time. I did 7 long years with you and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, sis, if you would have never stood with that person, or bro, sis, bro, whatever, if y'all would have never stood with that person, y'all would have never learned the lesson that needed to be learned. So that way, the next person that you find is an upgrade. Period. It's an upgrade. I don't look back at my life and regret anything, but I do look back on it and reflect every single thing, every single decision I've made up to now. And then I also give myself credit for the things that I did change. There's things, money right now is my main focus. That's what I'm working on. Having a savings account, saving my money, and doing other things with that. Period. That is my focus now. But I don't regret spending that money the way I spent it. I've gone through a period, materialistic wise, that was like, I needed to have something new all the time. And I spoke about this in one of my videos. It's like probably way like from the beginning when I started this channel. But I didn't feel good unless I had on something new. And that's a problem. You want me to tell you why? Because in all reality, materialistic things don't mean anything to anyone. The ones that are materialistic people, they have their own set of issues that they need to work on. Again, I have my own issues. So I don't judge, I don't point the fingers. And even let's say if I never even been in that, I will still not judge that person. Why? Because we all have a certain path that we walk. We all have a certain purpose. We all have certain lessons that need to be learned at certain time paces. Like with my whole age, and like I'm like, oh, I still don't, like, I don't do that anymore. I don't. Because why? That keeps me in the same position that I was in those years. Now I turn that around and think positive. You know what? I didn't change that. And I should have been changed that. And you know what? Scratch that out. As I should have been changed that. That's putting negativity into it. This is how you would say it. Listen, I know I made this mistake. I know I've repeatedly done it for this amount of years, but now I am in a different place spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and I'm ready to finally fix this now. I realized that was not my time. Again, a lot of us like to think that we have control over certain things, especially time. You have no control over time. You have no control over that. I believe in that our lives are set in stone before we even come down to earth, before we even born into our families and etc. I believe that we already have a certain, like a whole sheet of what our life is going to be like, but we forget it because we're here. And why we forget it is because we need to learn the lessons. If we have a cheat sheet, a guide to every single thing, what would be the purpose of actually living, you know, as a human? Like, it would be like, what? Like, let's just admit, we as humans, we like a certain level of challenge when it comes to life. Like, certain people get back in repeatedly abusive relationships. Those people have not yet learned that lesson to move out of that. Is it possible? Absolutely. A drug addict that's been on drugs for 16 years, been out in the street, let's say living homeless, everything, just any drug they could get their hands on. Is it possible for that person to change? Absolutely. Why? Because there are lessons. There are lessons in life that we may not understand why a person repeatedly does something, or why we ourselves personally kept doing something. And it's like, we know what it is, because I don't want to hear it. You know, when people play this card, you know, which is the victim card. Oh, I never seen this coming. The truth about that is that you did see it coming. You just didn't want to see it coming. It's a difference. It's a difference. We are way powerful than what we think we are. A lot of, if you ever hear a lot of people be like, oh my God, like I knew that was going to happen. Where the heck do you think that comes from? Like, but anyways, I see life on a completely different level at this time, but I just want you guys to if you don't take anything else from this video, any message from this video, just take this: no time is ever wasted. No time. Because I guarantee you, when you where you want to be in life, because we all have the capability to be exactly where we want to be in our lives, you're going to be like, yo, I had to go through that. There was no way I would have been here today if I didn't go through that. Period. And it just makes you look at life completely different. And it makes you just focus on moving forward. That's why you see people alone in their life, because they don't move forward. They stay stagnant. I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Those are the favorite words that people say that wants to stay stagnant. Those people, they have their own path. And those people are lessons for people futuristic. Oh, I see that this person, because they didn't heal from their trauma. Wow. I don't want to be like that. And we all go through things like that. My main thing that I was telling my best friend about the other day was, I said, I refuse to move out and can't pay my rent. I literally seen people who have jobs, but because of their spending issue, they can't pay their rent. I don't want that on I don't want that on my credit. I don't want, so that's another thing. Like, I don't feel like I was in that place, you know, but I'll make a separate video on my money issue and just really opening you guys up to where these problems stem from and everything. But other than that, I hope that you guys are enjoying your nights, and I hope that the rest of your week goes well, in case I don't post again. But I hope you guys enjoyed it.